Ava Mataj. And number 20, Isabel Gilmore. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the United States National Anthem.
Welcome to beautiful Lakewood Ranch, Florida, where FC Dallas is getting set to face off against Midwest United on the final day of the U-19 Development Academy Cup. I'm your host, Mark Serber, alongside Mike Pepper. And Mike, for Midwest United, they just need a point. FC Dallas need all three, as Midwest United comes in with a better goal difference despite the fact that both teams have won their first two games in the group.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it here. Obviously, with group play, you control destiny, but every game's important in group play. You saw Midwest United come through with those 4 goals scored. Neither team has been scored upon, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. FC Dallas is going to have to see. You look into that early part, just play your game, but if you're still into that tie situation, as you hit that 50, 60-minute mark, you might see them start to push forward a little bit, knowing they need that result to go their way.
Well, this is going to be an excellent contest, as Midwest United has won 3 in a row, including their first 2 games here in the DA Cup winter portion, with 13 goals for and 0 goals against. In fact, they are 5-0-2 in their last 7 games, coming in against an FC Dallas side that is 5-0-1 in their last 6 games, including 4 straight wins coming into today. So something's got to give, even though both of these teams could very well maintain their unbeaten record. You have to go back to early October to find a loss for either of these sides.
Yeah, and that's the key here, too, because the Development Academy finding us that feature game. We're waiting on the last day. Who better than to have 2 2-0 group teams that are on such great streaks to close us out here at the Winter Cup.
So it's a good look at the FC Dallas keeper getting ready to keep net. It's Michaela Gracia, hoping to shut out a very potent Midwest United side who will have the kickoff. They have 39 goals in their first 11 games and have only been kept off the board once. But they are facing off against a very strong FC Dallas defense that has given up just 10 goals in 12 games and have 7 clean sheets as well. So this one all set up to be a classic between 2 of the top teams in the U-19 level of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy.
Mark, we mentioned conditions. You talk about beautiful. We see the clouds clearing out, but there was a front that moved through. So there may be about a 10, 15 mile per hour wind, and if so, it's going to be at the back of the team going from north to south. In this case, it's Midwest United, who are heading from left to right on your screen.
Now, you know, you may say wind, what does wind mean? But it played a huge factor in the Nike International friendlies, as you said, in Brazil's 4-2 victory over the USA. As this one crossed in by Blitchok is cleared away.
Yeah, 5 of the 6 goals were going with the direction of the wind at your back, and it just really kind of changes a little bit of how that ball carries, and you just have to be prepared for it, because sometimes that inch is all it needs to get around you that you weren't expecting.
Guidry gets the ball inside for Block, who will play it back. These 2 championship caliber teams Lewis Robinson's Midwest United side won the U-19 title last year. Well, many of these players on FC Dallas were members of the U-15 team that won the first ever Development Academy title 2 seasons ago. So players that know about playing in important knockout competitions and winning big games as Ferry slides it through. It's a good ball from Ferry. Player to find in the box, but the cross too close to the keeper, Okorofo, who will take it. Okorofo is up from the 03s, the 16-year-old out of Kentwood, Michigan. Started all 12 games now for this Midwest United U-18-19 side. FC Dallas looking to come forward. And this will go out of bounds for a throw-in for the Frisco, Texas side. FC Dallas coming in with a 1-0 victory against United Soccer Alliance, followed that up with a 2-0 win over Beach FC. Meanwhile, Midwest United, they have the upper hand because it was a 3-0 win on match day 1 against Beach FC, followed by a 1-0 victory against United Soccer Alliance yesterday. You know, so it's hard because some of the age groups, they played their first 2 games and then had a day off before that crucial 3rd game. Here at the U18-19 age group, they played 1 game, had a day off, and are finishing with 2 games in 2 days.
The nice thing the Development Academy does with this, too, is these teams have been playing the exact same time on just different fields. So you have conditions, and all these games have been similar to what they have had to experience otherwise.
Diekma, a little touch out wide. Midwest United looking to run on the far side. DeShriver. Player goes down, nothing doing, says the referee. Cool little storyline to tell you about regarding the referees. Jonathan Smith is out of Georgia. He's the man in the middle. Good look at him right there. Now, the assistant referee number 1 on this near side is Julia Colpo, and her father, Danny Colpo, is the 4th official. So we have a father-daughter combo out there, and Jordan Hunt, the assistant referee on the far side, completing the 4 officials. So we just saw a look at Julia Colpo. And there is her father, Danny. So this one comes in. And trying to get across the face of the keeper was Vrujink. But Gracia not at all concerned, and it's FC Dallas's turn to try and get forward as the ball comes into the feet of Ferry. Up top. Well, this is a good run, and it results in the first corner kick of the game for FC Dallas. This one an in-swinger to the near post, looking for the flick on. Guidry with a second opportunity, and she skies it over from close range. Great job, though, by Guidry to attack that ball. FC Dallas very close to opening the scoring, but it remains 0-0 6 minutes in. Here's a look at the corner kick. It's a good one played in. My apologies, it was Ferry who was doing the damage for FC Dallas. Very nearly made it 1-0. Brought down by Dalton. And over to the far side. Ball threaded through, looking for the run of Blitchok. It's one of the few remaining players from last year's U18-19 title-winning team, as she was one of the younger players on that squad, the majority of them now playing their ball in college. Jen Blitchok has 9 goals in 11 starts this season coming into this one, including 4 goals in her last 3 games. Indiana University getting a great striker in Jen Blitchok, but she's watching her side doing the defending at the moment as this one cleared into touch for an FC Dallas throw-in. This is Gidry. Runs out of room on the near side. Block. And it'll be a free kick for FC Dallas. Williams wants to take it quickly. Gidry has Pavat making a run ahead of her. Pavat has all 3 goals in the winter portion of the DA Cup for FC Dallas. Dalton able to muscle block off the ball, but stepping in as Williams to win it back for FC Dallas. Gidry. Ferry with a nice little touch on, but it's intercepted by Diekma. And good shielding to win the free kick by Jenna Mendoza. Mendoza committed to Oklahoma State. Will take this free kick. Brought down on the chest by Ferry, but cleared away. Blitchok. Little touch into midfield. Nice idea on the up, back, and through, but getting to the ball before Vrujink was Williams. Gracia's clearance. Out wide for Brosam. Forward for Ferry. And ushered out of bounds over on the far side. Gidry has some space. Cuts inside. Still going Gidry. Charge down. Ferry! Just over the crossbar. Well, Ferry's been very dangerous early on the right-hand side for FC Dallas. Will be another goal kick for Isabel Okoroafo. Block. That's a good step. And the spaces open up on the far side. Brosam doing just enough. It coming over to help with Stevenson. And FC Dallas able to scramble it clear, but Ferry can't get to it in time. So it will roll out for a Midwest United throw-in. As the reigning Development Academy regular season or champion, excuse me, let's try that again. The reigning Development Academy champions look to become the first ever inaugural Development Academy Cup champions. That's not a bad effort, but it won't test Gracia. Just taking a look at the earlier opportunity. Gidry, great job by the center backs to step up and cover her. And Ferry hit it well, but the shot always rising over Okoroafo's goal.
Struck very well in that case there, but as you mentioned, it was up and over the bar. That did dip down, but from being 18 yards out, didn't have nearly enough room to get up and down.
FC Dallas just one loss on the season. Have to go back to their October 27th match against Sporting Blue Valley, in which they fell in Nebraska 3-2. Since then, on a run of 5-0-6, including 4 wins on the bounce. They have to defend here. Vrujink. Blichok went for the quick snapshot, just couldn't wrap her foot around it, but a good effort from Blichok. Gracia hasn't really been called into action yet, except for that one shot straight at her, stinging her gloves. The header won by Dalton. Brosam in a foot race with the Shriver. Brosam wins. Tried to pump it up the line, but it will be a throw in for Midwest United. 12.5 minutes gone, Mike, and neither side has really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck just yet.
Yeah, it's still a little bit feeling out, but, you know, a couple of opportunities, but just neither keeper really had to be tested just yet, and you'd like to see how that would develop into it as we play on.
You get the feeling, though, from the chances that there will be goals in this one.
Absolutely. I mean, we were very fortunate on the earlier game here that we had as up and down. We're seeing a little bit similar, maybe not quite as a quick start, but maybe a little bit more strength and power on net or as they go forward. So I do think that something will open up for one of the, or maybe even both of these teams.
It was La Roca who went through with a 2-1 win over Real Colorado. So now Midwest United and FC Dallas trying to join La Roca in the quarterfinals of the inaugural Development Academy Cup that will be played in the spring. As flying forward is O'Casey. In for Ferry, touched it on, looking for the run of Pavat. Coming off her line to take is Okaroafo.
I think we'll have to remember, though, that neither of these teams has conceded in this Winter Cup either. So while we had those expectations of both teams being capable of doing it, we've got to remember their defensive strengths as well.
In fact, coming into this one, Midwest United hasn't given up a goal in their last 3+ games. A shutout streak now of approaching 345 minutes since the last time they conceded. That coming in a 1-1 draw against the Michigan Jaguars back on November 10th. Space on the flank. Pavat shaping up to cross. A great job by the defender on the far side not to allow Pavat to get that ball into the area where Guidry is lying in wait.
345 minutes, impressive. That's almost time for me driving here from the Bradenton area to Atlanta.
Inside for Ferry, couldn't bring it under control. She's gotten herself into good positions early on though, Ferry. Just needs to apply the technique. As Brosam tried to step in, Dalton pops it over the top. To Shriver. Vrujink was making a good run in between the center backs. De Shriver couldn't time the pass. And this cleared away by George. Good look at the fans in attendance. Enjoying a gorgeous day here in Lakewood Ranch. I am sure that the game's being played early so that the teams can get out tonight and make their flights, but I wonder if any of them are thinking, let's extend our trip till Sunday and go to the beach.
Well, this games will be over by 1-ish, so still some time. And Sunday, always a fun travel day. This is the last weekend before Christmas, as if that makes sense. But
I think there's 2 more weekends.
No, this is the last weekend before the weekend before Christmas.
Gotcha.
So yes, we have next weekend will be a heavy travel week. So this one might not be as bad trying to get to the airport, other than the fact that you have thousands of kids with their entourage making their way to the airport. So not even kids, young adults now.
Guidry. But a bit of troubles for Stevenson. Dalton has a go, and it flashes just wide of the far post. But you can't give up the ball there, and Stevenson almost punished. Excellent shot, though, from Reagan Dalton, who alongside Jen Blitchock won the U-18 title last year, and she will join her teammate from last year at Michigan State, and Bria Scrotenboer, who featured for the US U-20s at these Nike International Friendlies. As that is an excellent hit, the ball just tailing away from goal. And the corner kick sent in, and it's a header! Midwest United have the lead.
Boy, oh boy, corner kicks, corner kicks, corner kicks. That's where we've seen it. That one hanging high, just a couple of yards off, and it was the pressure inside that allowed Midwest United to head it home.
It was a free header from Dalton, and she steered it into the net. It's no more than she deserves. She created the corner kick, and she scores from it. 7th goal of the season now for Reagan Dalton.
Another look.
She beat Gracia to the ball. That's why you put a player on the keeper, for sure.
A height advantage, and
oh, she attacked it so well, didn't she, Dalton?
That was just a yard off the line. Really not a lot you could do if you're Gracia, just because the disadvantage in height, but if you go stronger at that ball, there's a good chance you may work away a foul, but waiting on it right there, unfortunately, didn't allow that. So you almost have to take a couple extra steps, jump into the player, and then fall back. You probably get the advantage of that, and that's just something that's a learning experience. But boy, I know that hang about a yard away from net don't give you a lot of room for error. So it was a very well taken corner kick for that situation.
And that's something we've seen a lot of in this winter portion of the inaugural DA Cup, is teams putting everybody into the 6-on corner kicks to create chaos rather than starting their runs from the top of the 18.
And that's the thing with the young women too. It's the height disadvantage, because you find so many times the goalkeeper is usually one of those tallest players, but when you just, that's the difference. Not so much the athleticism, the skill, everything. We see that's incredibly there, but sometimes those high balls for young women goalkeepers is a much more difficult obstacle that they have to overcome.
Well, FC Dallas looking for the response against the Midwest United side that has been incredibly stout and miserly over the last few games. It's Block who's going to take this free kick and nod it away. DeShriver is unable to run against Brosam, who gets it forward. O'Casey slides it across the block at the top of the box, helps it on. Guidry to set it up, and almost zipped it into that near post.
Yeah, well struck.
Excellent work, though, in the midfield from Grania O'Casey, who has 9 caps for the Northern Ireland U-17 national team. And she helped it along for Block, who picked out Guidry, who almost picked out the near post. DeShriver and Brosam have been locked in a good battle through these first 20-plus minutes. And look at O'Casey coming over and cover to win the free kick for FC Dallas. Well, you not only want to leave here having won your group, but top of that, you know, if you lose a game, what you want to do is get right back onto the field. But these teams are heading into their winter holidays. This is their last game of 2019. As the space is opened up here, 2 players to find in the box. Guidry lets it run, and it's stabbed away before Ferry can get to it. FC Dallas won't be back in action until February 1st, when they travel to Oklahoma City to take on Oklahoma Energy FC. Meanwhile, Midwest United will have another month, so we'll get back to that in a second. Well, they won't be back in action until March 7th when they host the Cincinnati Development Academy. And you know what? This is a break that is well-deserved.
Yeah.
Not only by the players, but the parents as well for the time and commitment and sacrifices that they make to work on growing their game.
Well, the northern states obviously trying to get back in the spring is difficult.
Guidry takes the space vacated by Pavat. She's quickly closed down. It's the goal scorer, Dalton. Her pass back, intercepted by O'Casey, tried to smuggle it through, but it's hooked clear, and it will be a throw-in for FC Dallas.
And Mark, for what we saw earlier on, it was the team that only needs the draw that got the early goal, or got the first goal, that is. So a little extra pressure upon Dallas, knowing that they cannot have a draw. They need a win in order to advance. But they can look just no further just 2 hours ago in this field for any motivation.
Absolutely. It was Real Colorado who took the lead, needing only a draw to win, and La Roca went from 0-1 down to 2-1 up to win that match.
And the group.
O'Casey inside for Ferry. Slides it across for Guidry. Gets it onto that favored right foot. Was trying to go for the curler and didn't wrap her foot around it. So it'll be a goal kick for Isabel Okoroafo.
I'm so glad you get to say that more often than I do.
Could very well be saying it wrong, and I apologize if I am.
No, because I know I probably would too. Young lady who's had that shutout streak, Okoroafo.
Guidry. And that's excellent defending coming across by Faith Mulder, who celebrated her 19th birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to the future Iowa Hawkeye. Guidry walks the end line. Pavat looking her fourth goal in 3 games. That's a lovely cut. And good defending not to allow Madison Williams to bulldoze her way through. Williams operating down this left-hand side. She is left-footed. She will take this throw-in. Poked away from her. But back to mop up his block. Williams has stayed forward, and she pumps it into the box. Casey's over in support. She's first to it. Well, it's an excellent block from Mulder. Ferry has worked her way through, pulls it across, and what a save that was by Okoroafo. If she doesn't get her hand on that ball, there were 2 FC Dallas players lying in wait to poke it in.
Yeah, that was a fantastic save getting down. It'd be interesting to see whether or not one of those players may have been offside, but I think the one in a higher position, certainly, well, no, absolutely. Would we have seen the back post one or not? But certainly I think the runner, that was a certain goal.
Stevenson sent it only as far as Dalton. Score of the game's lone goal, trying to thread it into the channel. Was looking for the run from the outside forward, Elise DeShriver, who has switched wings with Brujink.
Mark, I will say that as a goalkeeper, I'm a little disappointed. I don't think that actually goes down as a save, even though it was probably the best play of the game so far defensively, because that was a cross. But cutting that off, there's got to be some sort of extra credit given there, other than the fact that 2 broadcasters have recognized what a fantastic play it was.
Yeah, but I think if you asked her, she would take the lead in terms of padding her stats a little bit.
I agree.
Either way, still a wonderful save from Okoroafo. Blichok, Dikma. One back by O'Casey. Pavat. Inside for O'Casey. Blichok for Midwest United, helps it along. Dalton spins, will play it back. Early ball into the box. Arrows right into the keeper. Gracia will quickly roll it out. Well, Dalton's been everywhere in the center of the park for Midwest United as she ignites this attack to Shriver. Can't skip by Madison Williams, and forward comes Guidry. Guidry taking off, has a step on Matai. But the ball too close to the keeper, and Okoroafo will be the grateful recipient. Good work. A good look at Samir Guidry out of McKinney, Texas. To Shriver. This one cut off by Block. Block looking for the run of Pavat, but good work from the sweeper keeper, Okoroafo, who did a good job to read that and come off her line. And then Pavat barreling into her, and the referee coming over to make sure that both players are okay. Looks like Pavat is going to come off the worst. I hope that she's all right. Looks like she just got the wind knocked out of her. As you take a look at the collision here. She fell really awkwardly.
Yeah, trying to jump to avoid the leg. A little extra height on that fall.
Pavat in her first season in the DA with FC Dallas. She's done an excellent job so far. Not only 3 goals in the 2 games preceding this one here at the inaugural DA Cup, but 4 goals in 8 games is a very good ratio for a striker. Dalton was unable to thread it through. Blichok is, though, but Vrujin can't catch up to it. Tried to get it back for Blichok, but it's Block who overtakes for FC Dallas. A great job of defending from the front by DeShriver. DeShriver will play her college ball at Northwestern. 5 goals in 11 games coming into this one for DeShriver, for an offense that has now scored 40 goals in 11 games in 30 minutes. They've won games by 7-0, 9-0, and 13-0 this season, Midwest United.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how they've gotten to the 40-goal mark so quickly. Matai's throw-in. Well defended by Stevenson. Guidry. Down the line looking for Pavat. Away by Faith Mulder. Just past the half-hour mark, the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, on the final match day of the winter portion of the inaugural Development Academy Cup. Only the group winners go through to the final phase in the spring. And Midwest United and FC Dallas, with opening wins, fighting for that right, is Guidry with a hit and a tremendous save from Okoroafo to keep Midwest United in the lead.
Okoroafo, what a fantastic save on that case. That ball was tailing away on a fantastic strike by Guidry, but my gosh, down to her left and able to send that one wide of the post.
It's good shielding from Guidry, set herself up well and caught all of that. Tremendous save, the corner kick sent in, still work to be done. It's played back. Williams ball in, lacked the necessary trajectory, but FC Dallas will hit the reset button. Pass picked off by Dalton. Looking to spring to Shriver. Blitchok with a rare miscue, but Midwest United will keep the ball. And the overlapping run has opened up the space. Played forward. Oh, it was a good run by DeShriver just in front of her, but she snuck in behind from the back shoulder of her defender, looped across the face of her. If she had gotten inside of Williams, that could very well have been 2-0. Madison Williams getting away with one there. So it's a lovely turn. And ball out wide for Diekma. Coming up from her holding midfield position and skips that one across. And there you could see the run looping around from the back shoulder. Just didn't get across the face of Williams in time. Well, a heavy challenge, but a fair one. Well, the referee disagrees with me. Be a free kick. Who's right, me or the ref, Pepper?
Well, he's got the whistle, so I'm going to say him, but I saw it was a little bit late to that call a little bit. Of course, you have the control of the mic, so I'll say you were.
That sounds like the right call, Pepper. Out wide for DeShriver. Showed a bit too much of it, and it shielded out of bounds for a goal kick. Into the 34th minute, Midwest United have a 1-0 lead, but on the run of play, this contest still hangs very much in the balance. When you add in stoppage time, there's still an hour left in this one for sure. And FC Dallas have already called Okoroafo into action with a brilliant save on a strike from Guidry. Cleared away by George. That's a good step in from Campbell George again. Back to retrieve it is Mulder. Sprayed forward. Block gets there first. Pokes it along for Guidry. Tried to squeeze it through for the run of Ferry. So the ball will come back to Okoroafo. Faith Mulder skips inside the first challenge and leaves it off. Dalton. Matai. Up the line for DeShriver. DeShriver pulls it across. Blitchok arriving. Just missed. And now the space is opened up down the far side. Forward for Pavat. Pavat cuts inside.
Ooh.
That would have been a gorgeous equalizer for FC Dallas. Okoroafo relieved to see it fly over her crossbar as Midwest United shutout streak continues. Oh, you understand why Pavat has 3 goals in her last 2 games for FC Dallas with a move like that.
Yeah, getting it back to the left foot, and that work up there was fantastic ball movement by FC Dallas as well. As you can see, there's that fake and cutting inside. He's got a just missing that top corner on the far side.
Guidry. She's been a real nuisance for Midwest United's defense. Williams on the overlap. She pumps it in as it's cleared away by George. Guidry! Okoroafo to the rescue once again. But Guidry is proving to be FC Dallas's most threatening player so far. 3rd corner kick of the game for the side from Frisco.
Good run in. just putting it up in face level.
Well, she weaved her way through the defense. Okoroafo well positioned to make the save. Strong palm to tip it over. So this looks like it'll be an in-swinger from the far side. It's Block who's over it. Rising to meet it was Dalton. So she's winning headers in both boxes, Reagan Dalton. Sent back in. Oh, and the keeper could be in trouble here. Ferry and slid in by Pavat.
Offside.
But the offside flag is up.
We'll see this on the replay. The defender behind it, but the goalkeeper was out. Only one defensive player behind here. That's what the little bit of the argument was, but it was certainly there. That flag, no time wasted coming up on the far side.
Excellent job by the assistant referee on that far side, Jordan Hunt, to see exactly what you saw as Dalton tries to pop this one over. Oh, and here's a look. Oh, never mind. Play goes on. Pavat. Gets in the middle for Guidry. Too heavy of a touch as she looked to get past the challenge of George.
Yeah, and again, we had an opportunity to see it, but it was pretty much as we come in. As you can see, the goalkeeper's out. Now outside the 6. Watch the defender come back inside the area. So you can see there is a defender, but the keeper's still outside the 6. And there is the ball had already been played, but she was inside the 6 with only the one defender. Goalkeeper helped pull the offside trap in that instance.
Guidry's ball cut off by Dikma.
Maybe inadvertently, but still helped pull the offside trap.
Great work from O'Casey there to beat the keeper to the ball and create that opportunity. Well, that's good shielding and a needless push on Ferry, or from Ferry, I should say. It was Mulder who shepherded that one out of bounds. O'Casey wins the first header. Dalton. Matai over the top, looking for the run to Shriver. Williams is there, and she'll get it back from Stevenson. Guidry turning and winning the free kick along the touchline. Been really impressed with the play of Samar Guidry through these first 39+ minutes.
She's been a difference maker here, at least as far as opportunities created. She'll need to find at least one here to get back into it. But as we pointed out, they'll need to find a second in order to advance out of this group as well. Without conceding another one, that is.
Third game in 4 days for both of these sides. The last game before the DA winter break. Last night, the U-20s ended 2019 on a real high, beating the European champions France 2-1. Pavat. Nobody at the back post, even though that was tough for Okoroafo to deal with. Brosam able to keep it for FC Dallas. In for Block. She'll clip it into the channel. He's looking for the run of Abby Mitchell on the far side. Mendoza for FC Dallas. So we're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Away by Mulder. Casey gets there before Dalton, but pokes it right to DeShriver, who gets it back from Matai. Over the top looking for Blitchok. Stevenson wins the battle, and Guidry has room to run at the back line again. This is where she's so dangerous, Guidry, cutting it in onto that right foot. Pavat. Can't get by the challenge. Matai's throwing. Stevenson. Guidry. Williams. Guidry again. Block beats Dalton to the punch. Pavat. Mitchell. Oh, the right idea. If she finds the feet of Ferry there, Ferry, with her speed, will get past that center back. Mitchell let her on too much. This is Vrujink, who's unable to keep it in on the far side. Mitchell. Ferry stolen in beside the center backs. Oh, and almost the cheeky finish. Just not enough pace to beat Okoroafo in the Midwest United goal. Still, though, quick thinking from Ferry.
Boy, good job defensively of recovery in that case, because you talked about Ferry, who was in. Not sure who it was, but the tackle on the track back just kept it off her foot from just inside the penalty spot.
Dalton, score of the game's lone goal. This one will roll all the way through for Gracia, who since giving up that goal has been a bit of a spectator. So it's been FC Dallas pressing for the equalizer in the back half of the opening 45. George wins the free kick, even though Matai could have been awarded the advantage. Mulder, the freshly minted 19-year-old, gets it into the feet of Blitchok. Blitchok works her way out of traffic, slides it across. Gracia did enough to get it onto the crossbar and out of bounds for a goal kick. But how close was DeShriver to getting her 6th goal of the season?
Boy, DeShriver in alone probably had time to try and pick out a corner. She went for the power. And is Gracia able to get her hands up, able to just put it off the crossbar, up and over?
Yeah, it's one of those where she's at a tough angle. So she's thinking to go for power because she doesn't really have the angle, but still might have been able to pick out the far post or perhaps zip it by Gracia at the near.
Yeah.
However, we do know what Midwest United did the last time they had a corner kick.
They put it right in, 2 yards off the line. We'll see what they opt to do the same thing.
Ball's in. Gracia's missed it again. Pinball's around the box, and Casey's able to get it clear.
A hand on it, but that was a little off on the punch. Got to clear it out a little bit more, but this time she didn't get overpowered and was able to at least get it out there to let the team clear it out of the area.
So into first half stoppage time, of which 15 seconds has already elapsed. The minimum 1 minute. Midwest United, I think they'd be happy going into the break with the 1-0 lead based on the run of play, Mike.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, FC Dallas has had a couple opportunities as of late, but knowing that especially all they need is a draw to have that, they'll be able to rely upon that counterattack in the second half if that's what it comes down to.
Lichok into the channel for DeShriver, but she'll be cut off by Mendoza. Williams did well to keep it in. Is there a chance for either side to fashion one more attack? He's trying to spring Pavat. Okoroafo for the second time comes out to make the clearance. And FC Dallas will not have time to get the throw-in off, which means Midwest United will take their 1-0 lead, courtesy of an 18th minute header off of a corner kick by Reagan Dalton. Thoughts on the first half, Mike Pepper?
Yeah, as expected, I think both teams, we know their strengths of it. Both teams have created opportunities. A couple of fantastic saves by Okarafo. The goal by Midwest United certainly has given them what is the driver's seat advantage as we come to the second 45. But seeing what the effort we saw from FC Dallas, wouldn't expect to see quite a few more opportunities going that way. We'll see if Okarafo can be up to the challenge here in the second 45.
On a day that Midwest United only need a draw, they have a 1-0 lead heading into the final 45 minutes of the winter stage of the inaugural DA Cup. We'll be back with you for the second half here on U.S. Soccer's Development Academy page. All set for the second half. Midwest United with a 1-0 lead. Technically a 2-goal cushion as they only need a draw to go through. FC Dallas needing all 3 points will have the kickoff for the final 45 minutes, the winter portion of the inaugural DA Cup, in which only the group winners go through to the quarterfinals to be played in the spring. 2 substitutions to tell you about at halftime, as Anna Bennett has come on to replace Vrujink. We'll get back to the other one in a second. DeShriver puts it on the wrong side of the post, so it'll be a goal kick for FC Dallas. The other change is Maya Dean coming on for Matai. Maya Dean has now appeared in every game. It's only the second time she hasn't started this season. Will play her college ball at Bowling Green State University. Well, Anna Bennett will join Blitchok up front at Indiana University when the time comes to make their way to university. So the majority of these players are seniors. Guidry elected to try her luck from distance, but she had Ferry all alone on this near side. If she could have rolled the ball into her feet. In the end, it's easy pickings for Okoroafo, who you're going to have to really have something special to beat a keeper of her caliber from there.
Yeah, she's been outstanding, and that one really catching practice for the most part.
Well, Casey is such a live wire in midfield for Dallas, just wins challenges all over the place, and this time she gets the free kick as well. Granio Casey, a really fun player to watch. Had the opportunity to train at the famous Tawichi Soccer Academy in Bolivia back in 2017. Granio Casey. As this ball comes in, it's flicked on. Finally scrambled clear by Midwest United, and the break could be on here if DeShriver can hurry. She has Blitchok and Bennett ahead of her. O'Casey tracking back. Dean's there to pick up the pieces. We'll leave it off for Dalton. She steps into it. Block does exactly that, taking the sting out of the shot as it rolls into Gracia. Foot race down the far side, won by Guidry, who was taken down. And you're absolutely right, Pepper. This could very well be a yellow card.
Nothing indicated right there, but she was around the corner, had a lot of help. There was certainly people back, but that would have got her close to the 18. She is holding the shoulder a little bit. She seems to be okay now.
As Diekma, who's whistled for the foul, as Ferry's going to come over to take the free kick.
See, I think as the referee will come over and have a communication. Let's see how that goes.
I think it's just going to be a stern talking to.
Yeah.
There's that no more sign, which means the next one will be a yellow.
A little incredulous belief from the Dallas bench, FC Dallas.
6 players in the box waiting to get on the end of this one for FC Dallas. As this one fist across and the header over Okoroafo's goal.
Boy, the near post run was there. Guidry just not able to head it downwards. Always tough on that near post to head it down. You try and flip it on, but it was up and over the crossbar. In this case, another look at it.
Great ball clipped in, though, from Block. I always appreciate a quality service, Mike.
Absolutely. Driven in.
Mitchell. That's a good recovery from DeShriver. O'Casey, dispossessed. Was able to win it back, though. Guidry. Closed down. DeShriver has her pocket picked by Block. One by Shriver. Mitchell. Nicely stepped by George. Ball squeezed through, looking for the run of Shriver. Mendoza gets it back to her keeper. And Block checks in to receive the ball. See Dallas to build it out of the back in the 51st minute. And then Mendoza elects to go long. Will result in an FC Dallas throw-in. Ferry wanted to take it quickly. The FC Dallas bench asking, why is the referee calling this one back? And it's because he wanted to have a word with Campbell George about something. The FC Dallas bench, Matt Grubb screaming, hey, you could have waited to have that word with her. O'Casey was unable to slide it through. It's quickest to the loose ball, though, and gets it out wide. Zipped in. George got something on it. Coming across to get it away was Isabel Gilmore. In her first season in the DA with Midwest United, Gilmore. Is they're in trouble here. O'Casey squares it across. It's off of Dean and out for a corner kick.
With a long throw, causing a little trouble in that one.
Played in low. No, Casey smartly gets it back out wide. Block. Williams on the overlap, has time to measure up the cross. It's a dangerous ball and skip to the back post.
Offside.
And the offside flag is up. Still though, how Okoroafo kept it out from point blank range. Pretty impressive. Well, they've been, but they haven't broken this Midwest United defense as their shutout streak creeps closer and closer to 400 minutes. Gilmore stretching but can't get to it. However, this will roll through for Okoroafo. We'll take a look here, Pepper, and see if the assistant referee got this one right. Oh, absolutely.
Appear to be standing back on the edge by herself, yard behind the defense.
You can see as that cross is played, she definitely is.
I don't
Good
know
work
if
by the assistant referee.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the cross, but certainly that header.
Oh, and now Pavat is trying to lift it over the keeper. Well, she did part A, but part B unable to get it on net. Still able to get behind George. Pavat looking for her fourth goal here at the winter portion of the inaugural Development Academy Cup.
That was a phenomenal ball in behind, and Pavat kind of caught wrong-footed. Okoroafo was certainly in no man's land, and there's a good ball now.
Oh, and this one over the top. It's a bit of a heavy touch and allows Gracia to come out and quell the danger. Otherwise, that would have been a breakaway. Ferry gets around Mulder. He's looking inside. It was a great move by Guidry, but then the ball looking through, she still had plenty of room to run. Flicked on by Dean. Blitchok. Guidry. O'Casey. Okoroafo is beaten, and Mitchell tucks in the equalizer. The Midwest United backline breached, and the shutout streak is over.
And as a heads-up play, continuing the run for Midwest United, and eventually getting the finish there on the high side.
And Abby Mitchell gets her 4th goal of the season, the player who lives in Oklahoma but drives to training in North Dallas, or North Texas, I should say, in Frisco. Gives FC Dallas hope in the 56th minute, and the shutout streak ends at 383 minutes unofficially for Midwest United.
Yeah, it was fantastic there as Abby Mitchell. Just calmly, too. Sometimes you see those open nets, you just want to sit there, and she just snuck it inside the near post, and all of a sudden, FC Dallas, a little more life.
Blitchok wins the throw-in on the far side. What will the response be from Midwest United? Some Midwest United side who came into this one 6-3-2 overall, with the majority of games in the Development Academy Cup. They are currently 4th in the Mid-America Division with a record of 3-1-2. Gracia takes this one, but they do have 3 games in hand over the Mid-America Division leaders, Sockers FC. Gracia's punt into midfield. Over the top, looking for the goal scorer, Mitchell, who's committed to play her college ball at the University of Oklahoma. This Ferry runs out of room. FC Dallas came into today with a record of 9-1-2. But they still need all 3 points here, so even if they keep it at only 1 loss, they'll still go out of the inaugural DA Cup. However, at the moment, Pepper, is it fair to say that they look the more likely of getting the 2nd goal?
They have been more creative throughout. You have seen Midwest United, but again, we'll see how, if they have to continue pressing forward, Midwest United, we've seen a couple of pretty good counterattacks. Game should change. I don't think anything we'll see probably from another 10 minutes as we hit that 65, 70-minute mark. Then we'll start to see maybe the flow of everything having to change a little bit. FC Dallas just trying to get with their regular game plan right now.
Mitchell. It's a good cross in, but it's well dealt with by Okoroafo.
Well held in that case, and it was just measuring that ball as good footwork in order to get to it. And that's something that will get lost in everything, but having to shuffle those feet and move, that allows you to get into the position. Probably one of the more important things. I mean, it's goalkeeping. We see the spectacular saves go in there, but it's footwork and angles that really create great goalkeepers.
O'Casey with the no-look pass. Ferry! From 0-1 down to 2-1 up. Now it's FC Dallas who are in the driver's seat.
Great job by FC Dallas continuing their plan. And again, for the same reasons we were talking about how FC Dallas may not want to change their plan, Midwest United may have to start looking to see what they can send forward because they need the goal now.
Ferry getting inside of Famulok, but what about that from a ball? I believe it was coming off the boot of O'Casey. I apologize, it was Pavat who slid that one through. What a ball that was from Pavat, whose first season in the Development Academy is getting better and better and better. Now 3 goals and an assist in these 3 games in the DA Cup. And this is going to be a yellow card for Guidry.
Oh. Great, man. I thought maybe was Pavot in on the assist on the first goal too. Was it played out to her for Mitchell? I have to recall that off that, but she's been kind of a little spark plug up there up top. A couple of opportunities.
So on the hour mark in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, and FC Dallas have completely changed the complexion of this game with 2 second-half goals. And if the result holds, it'll be the Frisco, Texas side who will go through to the quarterfinals of the inaugural Development Academy Cup.
Still half hour. Midwest United with a good chance now. They'll send the big bodies up for this free kick.
What a pass that was from Pavot. Now, Ferry still had it all to do, but put her in the highest possible percentage place in terms of shots going in. This ball fizzed in. Out for Pavot, looking to break. Diekma able to get a foot in. And Pavot unable to keep it in. Been very impressed with the play of Kaylin Pavot. Mendoza saw the danger. This will roll all the way through for Okoroafo. Ferry with the header. As things stand, it's her goal that has FC Dallas going through, but as you said, Pepper, plenty of time.
The run of play is favoring Dallas, but I think, again, the game flow will absolutely change now because it's now Midwest United that's needing the goal as opposed to FC Dallas.
Guidry through Pavot. Has Mitchell making her way into the box. Mitchell underneath it, likes to let it bounce. Was trying to slide it back for Ferry. Now Midwest United looking to bring it out of the back with some urgency. Helped onto Dalton, but Mendoza gets there first. Ferry. Famulak. Blichok. And good defending by Stevenson. Guidry setting off on another dangerous run. And she wins the free kick.
Sandwiched in, and I think she may have hit the back of her head on a leg there, so certainly not just for the foul, but the extra attack for Guidry. Have to get another look at that if we can.
Well, she's been so dangerous today, Guidry. It's another good look at this run here. There's so many times the referee could have called a foul. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely whiplash as the shot on the free kick was off target. It's good to see that Guidry's okay after that.
Yeah.
The ref could have called a foul at any point. I think he did a really good job of playing advantage, and in the end, the free kick was put in the most dangerous spot that it could have been, but FC Dallas unable to capitalize. They do have the 2-1 lead in the 65th minute of play.
I think one thing we might look at if Midwest United can start to get a little bit more possession, a little bit more run of play, is try and get some set pieces, whether it be corner kicks, whether it be something deep into that end, and start funneling balls into the box and just challenging Gracia, who has struggled a little bit on those crosses. That could be a theory, but right now, FC Dallas controlling the pace of play and keeping the ball in the other half.
Somehow this ball stays in on the far side. Guidry. Clear. And we're going to see substitution as the scorer of the equalizer, Abby Mitchell, is going to come off. She'll be replaced by Caitlin Giametta, who has been with FC Dallas for 10 years now. Giametta will play her college ball at Texas Tech. What an early chance for her, but it's cleared away before she can get to it. So Giametta with FC Dallas since the age of 7.
Wow.
And she's looking to help her side make their way into the quarterfinals of the inaugural DA Cup. You know, one thing lost in the shuffle, and also in the fact that FC Dallas has done the majority of the attacking for the better part of this match, is the fact that Midwest United have been unable to find the feet of their target forward in Blitchok, who's usually so dangerous. I think you have to credit Sydney Block for cutting off that outlet ball to her and making sure that she's not able to get the ball. So I think Sydney Block, as the holding midfielder, deserves a lot of credit as to the reason why FC Dallas are doing so much attacking and Midwest United are having trouble being potent when they do get a chance to go forward.
Yeah, sitting back and certainly that back line, not just that, but just keeping possession away from Dallas. So it's going a long way here in this matchup.
Well, they're doing a great job of starving Midwest United's front three of service. He's helped on by Dean. She tried to play it through to Shriver. This is Dean. Rolled into the feet of Shriver. She steps into one, and Gracia will take it off the short hop. Guidry looking to run at Diekma. Diekma stood her ground well. Great open field tackle from Diekma. Now, can she ignite the Midwest United attack? She's carried it a long way. Gets it out wide. There's 3 players to find in the box, including Dalton, who gets it back out to the touchline, but the offside flag is up. So the attack fizzes out. The flag of the assistant referee, Jordan Hunt.
It's good work on that trap. That offside trap there is not able to get back into that position for Midwest United was Bennett.
Inside for Blitchok. Look how quickly she's closed down when she does get the ball. Now she's taken off Blitchok. Gilmore. And too far for DeShriver. Gracia, who's been called into a few Mexico Youth National Team camps. We'll send this one forward on the punt. Through for Giametta. Okaruafo makes the decision to come off her line, and she's able to get a touch and force Giametta out wide. And then the cross cleared away with a stooping header at the near post. And the game getting a bit stretched. To Shriver. Sticking to her task dutifully is the outside defender, Brenna Brosam, who's going to make this throw-in. Brosam committed to TCU.
Lots of Big 12 schools that will be getting some of these fantastic players.
Georgia's free kick. And Mendoza comes over to help out Brosam on the near side. As the ball landed out of bounds just in front of the FC Dallas bench. Well, they're saying way in front. Inside the final 20 minutes. Famulak will take the throw. Oh, it's a great first touch from Blitchok. And the ball too far for Dalton. FC Dallas able to clear their lines. It's George. Blitchok. Well, FC Dallas did their homework on Jen Blitchok, didn't they?
Absolutely, being able to knowing that the talented player that she is and trying to limit ball getting into her. Halftime adjustments.
It's a good move from George and a great ball into the channel. DeShriver tracks it down. Mendoza getting back to confront her. DeShriver too close to the keeper. Well, that's how quickly Midwest United can turn defense into attack. Everything but the final ball in. It's a good run from DeShriver. Create the half yard of space she needed. I think Mendoza did well to get a foot in just to disrupt DeShriver's cross. And Garcia with some brave goalkeeping, knowing that she had a couple forwards bearing in on her.
Yeah, it's always the worst diving down into players' feet, knowing that they're going to be lunging for it.
Pepper speaking as a former professional goalkeeper. You know, with the advent of esports, I can't even say I was a former professional FIFA soccer player.
All you got to do is either score goals or just kind of control the midfield, Mark. So you're not there for either one?
No, that's the X button or the circle button. I don't know. There's... So FC Dallas with the lead, looking for their 10th win of the season. As a substitution being made by Lewis Robinson, the 2018 Development Academy Coach of the Year. As on comes Adeline Brown for her 12th appearance of the season. Good look at Mendoza, who's made some very important defensive plays for FC Dallas. O'Casey to the back post. Guidry has done everything but score in this game. She had the chance there.
Rides it above, but not able to get it on target again.
Nice little nod on from O'Casey. She just couldn't get her knee over the ball on the volley, Pepper. This is Grania O'Casey. Giametta with a lovely turn. A great job by Brown just onto the field to recover and make the play. Brown will play her college ball at Central Michigan. Brown will have to track this one down. Under the watchful eye of Pavat. DeShriver. FC Dallas getting ready to flick the switch on a double substitution. as Marina Vera is going to come on, wearing the number 27. She will also be joined by Elise Anderson. So good look at Vera, who moved from her home in Elko, Nevada, to join FC Dallas.
I'll take Pavat off too, who's really kind of a disruptive force up top, and you mentioned the assist on the go-ahead goal for sure. That one
is also involved in the first goal as well, and we don't know if officially she's going to get an assist for that, but didn't score today, but still helped create the goals. There's so much more to being a forward than just scoring, especially in the modern game, and Pavat certainly did that here. Matt Grubb, who's been FC Dallas's coach since 2004, is to be very happy with the way Kaylin Pavat played this afternoon despite not getting on the score sheet. Vera chasing. And that's a towering header from Guidry.
Has to drop back into more of a defensive posture now as Guidry.
Giametta. Ferry, who as things stand has the game-winning goal. The ball looking through, and Anna Bennett chasing. Guidry, I think, trying to play it back to her keeper. Mendoza does not get there in time, and it will be a corner kick for Midwest United.
And this is the first corner we've seen second half. And remember the challenge that Midwest United did. Obviously they got it. This is not going to be an in-swinger. They will allow Dykema to come up here. They want a left-footed in-swinger here, as they're going to come up and do that. We'll see how much they challenge Gracia in front. Well, I was wrong. It is going to be an out-swinger still, but maybe just something they're going to hang high in the 6. Let's see what they do.
Well, they do hang it high to the penalty spot. It's cleared out. Brown shot back in. Hooked again. Block. Got the first ball. Shouts for a high kick, and the referee agrees. It'll be a free kick for FC Dallas in the 78th minute. Is there any adjustments that Midwest United can do to try and pressure this FC Dallas back line as they search for the equalizer that would be enough to swing the balance in their favor?
Yeah, I think that they still, as we mentioned before, they're still going to need to try and find that set piece, hang it up. That's where they were the most dangerous in the first half, putting it in there and letting their bigger bodies challenge in with Gracia. But FC Dallas has really kind of controlled the possession throughout this half. They've got to somehow decide to push forward, whether that's through the long ball, but you can see FC Dallas is correcting that too, moving a Guidry and maybe a little bit more of the speed and athletic players into a defensive role to maybe limit those chances as well.
Oh, what a beautiful reverse ball from Gagno Casey. However, George comes across to make the clearance, but FC Dallas do have the ball deep in Midwest United's end in the 79th minute. So we head toward the final 11 minutes of the winter portion of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Inaugural Cup. Guidry. That's a delightful cross played in. Giametta tried to bring it down. Would love to have seen her take it first time. Guidry! Getting down at her near post to make the save is Okaruafo. Blichok. Bennett continued her run on the far side, but she's met by Stevens. Stevenson will get it away. Bennett. Poke through. The cross comes in. To Shriver. Shouts for a handball, fall on deaf ears. But but it will be a throw in for Midwest United. That would have been the perfect opportunity for the type of free kick you were talking about, Pepper.
Yeah, you want to kind of just hang it in. And again, the height disadvantage we saw, that's where the goal came from. Tess Gracia, she's actually came through with a punch on another one, but certainly seemed a little bit like that's not her strong point. We've seen her make some fantastic saves, but put a little challenge into the box.
Blitchok able to get away this time, and Midwest United so close to the equalizer as we're into the final 10 minutes of the 90. But that's what happened when Blitchok gets away from the defense.
They appeal for at least a corner, but they may be appealing for a penalty too, as Bennett was in behind the defender. Let's take another look at this. I think at least the corner, because that's what they're asking for, and a tackle down low. Because if that did come off, as the referee said, Midwest United, then you have a case that FC Dallas maybe kind of got at the player a bit. And if it was indeed FC Dallas that got in, then you would think it would be a corner.
Well, here comes Midwest United. They're looking in the mood now. There's a good run from Dalton, and she'll win the corner kick. Second of the half for Midwest United. Fourth of the game, but they did score off their first one. Can they repeat the trick here and switch positions with FC Dallas in their live timetable?
Well, it is the right-footed corner. I'd like to see that one swung in a little bit there. Just driven here to the 6 yards out, 8 yards out.
Well, there was nobody to attack it in blue at the top of the box. And a great job by Bennett to win the foot race and get it back for Brown. Inside for Diekma. Slithers past the challenge. Anna Bennett. Giametta applying the pressure. Brown gives it away. Giametta has Vera. The substitutes combining. Marina Vera! And a heavy collision at the end. And the referee calling out the training staff right away. George doing just enough to keep Midwest United in with a shout. It's a great ball, perfectly weighted from Giametta. And George getting there just in time.
Did not appear that heads collided, but always the uncertainty right there, the referee doing the right thing, making sure they will go off. I don't think she took a blow to the head, but
still just go ahead and check on her, but for the moment,
yeah.
FC Dallas down to 10 ladies, but Marina Vera now sent right back on, so they don't have to use a substitution, as the trainers determined that Vera does not have to go through concussion protocol. Midwest United pushing now. You have a sense that this is going to be the script for the last 7+ minutes.
Yeah, I think FC Dallas will look at the counter opportunities here. They've got the lead. They've got to protect it, and we'll see what they'll do if they'll just send it back. But we see in this case basically 9 players plus the goalkeeper behind the ball. One outlet just in case, so could make it a little entertaining here. But they've got to feed the ball up into that area to see if they can create something. But I do think the set piece would be the best opportunity for them.
Brown slides it out wide for Bennett. Into the middle, it's over the head of Blitchok. She's quickest to the loose ball. She'll get it back for Dalton. She pops it over the top. And playing center field for Midwest United is George, as she'll clip it over to the near side for Brown. Oh, and an ill-advised ball from Brown. However, now George can smack it forward. Blitchok. And Bro Sam gets there before Bennett.
Desperation starting to creep in here as we've got a little over 5+ change to go.
It's a better ball from Bennett. Diekma is looking for the early service. We'd love to see Midwest United do a little more than just thump the ball into the box and hope that they come away from a scramble with it. As Guidry will burn more time off this clock inside the final 5 minutes of the 90. Over the top again. Blichok felt she was held up. The ball will remain with Midwest United. Dean launches it toward the back post. Bennett arriving just a split second too late. And that's wonderful defending from Brosam. Blichok! Just wide of Gracia's near post. And Matt Grubb going to make another change as he hands in the sub card to the fourth official. And you wonder if Marina Vera is still feeling the effects of that challenge. As what a turn and shot from Blichok. Looks like Gracia probably had it covered.
Probably did at one trying to curl in at the near post, but not quite on target as it was.
Well, FC Dallas unable to clear their lines, and here comes Midwest United again. Anderson was able to get it back, but FC Dallas's clearance goes into touch. Referee waves play on. Blichok tried to poke it through. And now Vera won't get to it in time. And here comes the change. It's Janiyah Sanders who's going to come on. Well, they didn't make it yet. Brown. Bennett gets it inside. It will be a throw-in. So it was good work by Gilmore to keep possession. And this will be another throw-in for Anna Bennett in Midwest United. 88th minute, and here comes the change. And it is Vera who's going to come off.
Ask her to do a little more running, they asked, but as you said, maybe the effects of her collision.
Blichok holds it up. Blichok! When they needed her most, Jen Blichok comes up trumps. And now as things stand, it's Midwest United who are going to go through to the quarterfinals.
Late drama here at the Premier Sports Campus, and what a strike on the near post through traffic. Didn't give Gracia much of a chance at all.
Jen Blichok now into double digits for the season. A striker's finish. Now 5 goals in the last 3 games for Jen Blichok. That perhaps the most important of them all. And the reigning U-18-19 Development Academy champions are still in with a shout of perhaps moving on with the chance to add the inaugural DA Cup to their name. Final minute of the 90. And the break is on. DeShriver flying in. It's a 2-on-1 if she can get it across. The space opens up for DeShriver. Midwest United are going through to the last 8. Wonderful decision making from DeShriver, and she's duly rewarded.
Boy, that really opened up for her. And that was a case of Dallas, FC Dallas, trying to push forward, knowing how the game changed in the previous minute. They needed that goal. And at that point, defensively here, you could see all the way from across midfield that no one decided to take in and challenge her. You could see at this point, do I mark up in the back or not? And at this point, just the wrong decisions made.
It was right there. Stevenson stepping over to try and guard the pass, opened up the lane for De Schrijver, and boy, did she ever take it. And a cool, calm, and collected finish. And now FC Dallas needs 2 goals in stoppage time if they are going to go back to the top of the table.
I think I saw 3 minutes being indicated.
30 seconds of those 3 minutes has already elapsed. Dean. And all of a sudden from attacking, you can bet everything from Midwest United is going to be angled to one of those corners.
Yeah, and needing 2 goals now may just be too much. You pointed it out on that go-ahead goal for this game. Certainly only needing the draw. Difficult times here for Dallas into stoppage time, and there it goes into the corner. And it will be, I guess they will give a goal kick, but I think maybe that call was missed.
Jen Blitchok got away just once today, Pepper. Just once.
That's all strikers need, one time.
FC Dallas have defended against her so well all game, but that's what great strikers do. They may be quiet for 89 minutes, but they one opportunity they get, they pop up and they take it. What a great game we have witnessed here. And there's still time for more plot twists.
Midwest will just run the clock off a little bit more as Blitchok will come off.
To a rousing ovation as well from her teammates. It's Anna Catherine Syracuse making her 8th appearance, all of them off the bench to see out this game for Midwest United, and Syracuse clears it. Stevenson to send it right back in. Headed away by Gilmore. De Schrijver, can she go again? Can't get by Stevenson on this occasion. Giametta pops it over the top. And cleared away by Campbell George. This will be a corner kick for FC Dallas.
If they can get it back here, they might have one run, but they definitely have to convert here.
It's Guidry who's over the set piece. Ball flighted toward the penalty spot. Stevenson up from her center back position, leaves it off. And the shot from Elise Anderson is over. We've played the minimum 3 minutes of stoppage time. Midwest United comes back with goals in the final minute to overturn a 2-1 deficit. They run out 3-2 winners, handing FC Dallas just their 2nd loss all season. And it means that the Grand Rapids side is through to the last 8 of the inaugural DA Cup. Final thoughts, Mike Pepper.
Yeah, and those final minutes were against the run of play. FC Dallas, who found themselves trailing at the half, and then came back with the goals. And boy, oh boy, it was one of those things that you looked like they had it under control, but it was just one moment, one special moment from one special player that got the tie. And at that point, at 2-2, it probably could have gone either way, but the counterattack from that point, you just saw Midwest United, maybe their experience from the past really came through in those final minutes.
And Pepper, thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure working with you, not only through the inaugural DA Cup, but also the U20 Women's Nike International Friendlies. We would also like to thank Matt Carricker, Duarte Ferreira, and Owen Applegate. as well as Mike Flaherty, who've done a tremendous job on camera bringing you these pictures all week, as well as Andy Sevchik with U.S. Soccer, who's coordinated all this, and of course, Scott Cheney, our producer, and executive producer, Chase Neidig. But before we sign off, stay with us as we are going to go down field side and get some reaction from Midwest United's players. But for now, from the booth, for the last time from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, for Mike Pepper, for everyone we've mentioned in our awesome crew, I'm Mark Serber saying so long from Lakewood Ranch, where it finishes Midwest United 3, FC Dallas 2. Stay with us as we go field side.
I'm back at here, the Stadium Field, Premier Sports Campus, Lakewood Ranches. Midwest United gets a 3-2 win, and they advance, and Mark Serber standing by with their coach.
We're here with head coach Lewis Robinson, Midwest United. Just saw your team come back with 2 goals in the final 2 minutes to win 3-2. How proud are you of this side right now?
Yeah, very extremely. I mean, what a game, you know, and I think we just joked about every time we come here and we play in these big games, it ends up with these last-minute goals, and my heart rate goes through the roof for them. But yeah, fantastic performance for these girls, you know, first time all week where they went behind and it looked like they were kind of out to dig in under these conditions against a very, very good team. It is really impressive, so really good day.
in the end, what is it that your ladies did that allowed them to edge out FC Dallas?
You know, I think at that point it just comes down to grit, doesn't it? You know, I mean, a great game for the most part, but when you're playing the third game in 4 days, everybody's tired, and I think the mentality is so important, and I also think that the teamwork piece of it, you know, helping each other when players come off the bench, stepping up, making big roles, and I thought the teamwork side of it and the camaraderie to really rally and get going for those last 15 was what got us over the line.
Jen Blitchok had a bit of a head injury. FC Dallas really closed in on her, but great strikers only need one chance. She got it and she finished it.
Yeah, I mean, she's a monster, right? I mean, she's just got better and better all year, and to finish off now playing like she did all week, she did that, and today to get that goal is so fitting for her. And what a fantastic individual goal as well, you know, the two defenders on her back to step inside and smash it in the bottom corner like that. That's what she does, and she's a special player.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your holiday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You gonna get Lisa?
Well, I appreciate it there. As Mark Serber will be standing by, I believe, to check with one of the players or not. I think as they're getting one of the goal scorers, one of the heroes for today's game for Midwest United. Mark Serber is looking like he is ready. So let's see if we can go down to Mark on the field.
Score of the game-winning goal. First of all, congratulations. Take us through it. You picked up that ball behind midfield. What did you see as you made that run?
Well, I just saw like an open field and I saw Jen running up. I was gonna just go and then pass it to her, but then it was open for me and I just took it and scored.
This is your first season in the DA. I mean, how has it been going so far? What does it mean to you to get to play in matches of this magnitude?
It's just so exciting. I've never gotten to play at this level before and it's just so much fun.
What would you say are the biggest things that you've learned from being in the DA and also getting to play in competitions like this?
Just, it goes so fast and you have to be ready for whatever, and even like in this game, like we were down, but just have to keep going and pushing, and eventually it may work out.
And what does it say about your team and the mentality of you and the girls around you that, you know, even down with a minute left, you're still able to come back and get the 2 goals you need?
It's just, so far this season, like so many times we've been down and just keep pushing through. We're just such a hardworking team and I love it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. Go enjoy your holiday season.
Thank you so much.
That was Mark Serber with Elise DeShriver, the goal scorer at the winning goal. Midwest United knocks off FC Dallas 3-2 to win their group and advance here in the DA Winter Cup. Fantastic action today throughout. We appreciate you watching throughout the week with the women here in the under-20s, or with the Women's Soccer Cup, and as well as last week. For Mark Serber, I'm Mike Pepper. Everyone, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon from U.S. Soccer Winter Cup.